These are the Prinx Hi Country RT tires. I bought these about 9 months ago. They have about 10,000 miles on them. I figured I'd do a little review on these with my experience, give you some real life experience and what they look like in case it's a tire that you're researching, so it'll help you make a purchase. The main reason I bought these tires was their price. They're kind of an off-brand tire. They're significantly cheaper than some of the big name tires. And this particular size of tire was very difficult to find, kind of rare, what I wanted. And on top of the off-brand tire, they're 33% off, so I couldn't pass on that. The tread design is very similar to the Nitto Ridge grapplers that are pretty common around here. They're pretty pricey tires, and this is sort of a cheaper knockoff of a very similar tread design. As far as looks go, they actually look better in real life than they did online in the pictures, so I'm really happy about that. But that was my number one reason for purchase, was the value and the price on these. The second reason was because for an RT tire, they had the highest amount of tread depth from factory. These had about 17-30 seconds. Most other RT tires had anywhere between 14 and 16 thousandths tread. So life expectancy of these tires are about 50,000 miles, what the manufacturer claim, and that's better than 40,000 from what other manufacturers had. So that was a big reason, was life expectancy for these tires. Third reason I bought these tires was for the 3-peak snowflake rating. And I guess that just says that these tires do pretty good in the snow and the rain and the ice. And in my experience, they did do pretty good. I've had these tires in all kinds of conditions. Admittedly, only about 90% of what I do is, let's go around here, less noise. 90% of what I do is pavement, but I do a lot of weekend stuff, camping, hunting, wood cutting, and stuff like that. This tire is served really well for that. Oh, another thing, these tires are made in Thailand, I think, instead of China, so that's pretty cool. I guess if that makes a difference. It does to me, anyhow. When I bought these tires, about 5,000 or about 500 miles into it, I got a nail, and the nail went in the lower part of the tread at about a 45-degree angle, went in about a ½ inch. I thought for sure it was going to leak air when I took it out. It didn't leak air at all, and I was pretty surprised at that. So it's got a pretty thick carcass as far as that goes. But yeah, these have about 10,000 miles on it, and I'm surprised the tread depth is still really good. I do notice a little bit of tread wear, but not bad after 10,000 miles. One thing about this tread design you should be aware of is their tread channels are pretty squared off. So they tend to pick up 3/4 gravel and throw it onto your nice paint job. So if you care about a nice paint job, keep in mind the tread, the angle of the tread's pretty squared off. It does tend to retain gravel like that and then throw it off later. That doesn't bother me, obviously, but keep that in mind. Also, another thing, these tires are not advertised as triple sidewall protection. Not saying they're not, but do your own research on that if you want triple sidewall protection. It wasn't really a big concern of me, but yeah, thoroughly happy with these tires. They've done really well for my lifestyle and what I like to do. Big tread like this, you'd think you would hear it on the road. I do sometimes if I'm really listening, but this is an older truck and it's loud enough. But really the noise that it makes is not bothersome at all. You can see some of the tread is chunking out a little bit. That's kind of my fault. It's pretty tough on these tires this past week elk hunting. I had all 4 chained up, kind of churning in the rocks and the snow and stuff like that. So for what I've done, you're going to expect a little bit of tire chunk right there. That's not the fault of the tire. That's just kind of the abuse that I've given it. One thing you will notice that along the leading edges, There's really no chips or anything along the leading edges, and sometimes on all-terrain tires you'll see that in a harder tread compound just going over a lot of gravel roads. It'll tend to chip the sides out. You don't really see that. I think the tread is a little bit of softer compound than your typical all-terrain tire. That combined with the higher tread depth, I think it gives it its 50,000 mile life expectancy. So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about these tires. These tires are kind of marketed for, you know, SUV and light pickup, off-road adventure type stuff. You know, this is a pretty heavy truck with a diesel, and these tires are holding up excellent for the abuse I put them in. I'm really happy with these. I thoroughly plan to replace them, hopefully with this tire if it's a good deal in the future if they ever wear out. So, but yeah, thoroughly impressed with these tires. Hopefully that helps give you an idea of what they look like, my experience with them, how they've performed, and the tread expectancy. I mean, it's pretty dang good for 10,000 miles and can barely notice any tread reduction on these. So hope you can find some tires. I would highly recommend you consider these for anything off-road that you like to do. Thank you.